position here?
We'll have to find out. Something explosive in the pistol for M80. As they all lean over here towards B. Gonna have a heaven jump up to deal with, but they're already past it. Sim with the spot, sees multiple players spilling in towards the cave, and now Na'Vi starts to give chase. That bomb only just getting planted. And so Na'Vi right here, ready to retake. Before that bomb's even down, a Slacks double kill, 2 in the dirt. He's hunting down Ema over at ramp as well, and they get out. They get to assemble this post plant here. Both players ramp side. It's tapped, but there's the peaks. Lake knocks him down.
Ruffle Na'Vi if they want to win this match. Wonderful Deagle. In a difficult position to flash. May have something here. There's one. Good double tag. Swisher put low. Wonderful. Burning alive, but still here. Not for long. Lake comes in to sweep him aside. And so any danger avoided. Does M80 take the pistol and the conversion?
Promising start for Lake. Back-to-back triple kills in these first 2 rounds. And I mean, that one, you were right, and the Wonderful had done a lot, you know, a tag down range. Double tag onto, I think it was Swisher, and the kill. But Lake chasing an ace.
McScrooge moment here. Jump in it. Here's Na'Vi's full buy, no AWP. Due to the early investment, they've even got an SMG to allow for nades on Alexi. Be cave side. M80, all outside of mid right now. Throwing an A execute. Hex trying to kick up a bit of a stink here, but it's a late mid take. And the A nades pull Na'Vi out of position. That gives M80 some room. Na'Vi realize very quickly this is a fake. But as they get back to position, the donut smoke renders mid M80s. So they get to take some space with this one. Break.
Nade for Wonderful, used very early, and no one spotted on the back of it. Lake takes his timing. They clear Ema out in the red room. And now Lake just comes barreling through with support from Hext, putting pressure on these B players. Mikaze picked up in the downtime. Wonderful out on an island here. Gets away with a lot of damage again, and 2 kills to keep this kind of interesting for Na'Vi. They're just so far removed. As they begin this rotate, they find Swisher quickly, rounds on.
Perfect.
And they will get past him.
Ooh.
Lake out in the red room. Bit seems aware of this idea. Spotted him here earlier on. It's a trade out of Alexi and left in this 1v1.
Both low though. Alexi has a nade, but probably going to keep gun out in this round. And how can you nade this position? Slacks perhaps has to call the bluff. Will Alexi stick this bomb? It's an open plant, unorthodox one. And Alexi just trying to find this quick kill, but it's not given away. Tap, Slacks. Goes for a jiggle. Good enough to big double off the Mac 10 onto the M4. And even though Wonderful gets 2 kills when he really shouldn't, M80...
An orthodox plan plays out towards main. When Alexi approaches the site, he's really hoping the bomb is planted anywhere else where the tell is a bit more obvious as to where that last T is. You could see he just didn't have the read, didn't have the info. Slacks could have been anywhere. And so not an easy clutch by any margin for Alexi B, and unable to stick the landing at the first time of asking.
SMGs come running, but Sin gets out of cave. Ooh, then he gets back in. The nade may land, but double MP9 rips his head off. An AK that Na'Vi won't go for, and M80 just try and win the round by speeding up on A. Lake is pathing so aggressively in these rounds. Just staying mobile, hard to stop, 10-1.
Ema up top.
Oof.
Quickly brought down.
A little micro jump from Hex really offset his model.
They're wiggly, they're jiggly, they're hard to grab hold of
Yeah.
here.
M80, they're used to this online play as well, right? This is a team that's been grinding, been playing a lot of cups, a lot of qualifiers, a lot of things domestically. It's part of the reason they have run away with Overpass as of late, winning it, 14, 13 times back domestically in such a short period of time. But this extends to other maps as well. They are well drilled at the moment. That's the one thing M80 have. Win streaks on most of their maps. 8 here on Ancient. And of course, the level of opposition isn't not in this lower bracket. We're seeing all the reasons why. Just very clean XX right now. Through some of these moments. Perhaps in this gun round. Again, this AU till that makes Na'Vi pull back from middle, but it's actually just a B contact.
Hex with the spot, now giving chase.
Can't leave.
He'll play into this a little bit later. He needs his teammates in B to not fall early. He's got to be quiet on the approach. Awkward there for Slacks, caught out in no man's land with nades pulled, and the same fate for Swisher. Hex creeping through, gonna have a free kill perhaps. Wonderful, just went to check for this. Hex gets past him, they're on the defuse now, but there isn't a kit in place, so Hex does have time. That's a collateral,
No.
Kills neither, nade comes in. Deep.
And M80 keep the good times rolling. Uh-oh, Na'Vi. Not the start they had in mind, huh? M80 lining up a BXX, but Na'Vi have just come here and stacked.
I mean, also, this map for Na'Vi has been one of their haunting maps where they've had a series of weird L's to teams that you think Na'Vi should be able to fairly comfortably beat. The most recent one I'm thinking to is that game versus TNL.
Yeah.
You remember from Bounty, this was the map that TNL took off of them in overtime. That is another team that have had a lot of exposure in terms of just playing a lot of games, constantly on the grind. Another aggressive team. It's gonna be hard to predict. Not too dissimilar to the situation around M80. A lot of reps in. Not afraid to get weird with it. And with some very aggressive pieces. Still, this round's getting a bit weird and wonderful.
Yeah.
Slacks and Sin. It's going to have to be the German contingent to save them, but they're worlds apart.
Oh, there's no better gun, so stick with the orb. Doesn't want to play back 10, and there we go. Got the upgrade now. 20 seconds. Ema at long. He is committed. If he gets caught in this fight, oh. Slacks volleying him out long, but Ema's just going to push through. Will he deny this plant in time? No. Bomb makes it.
Quite frankly, that's not a great position to be in. Low health solo B player really nets him the round.
Okay, Na'Vi, that's one way to get on the board with a low econ round like that, but can they build? Wonderful breaking, missed flick, not even close in mid. Slack stays on the AK. Lake tries to find his entry because he knows about this aggressive mid take. Very familiar. And Hex lucky to be alive. So the AK only does damage. They both trade out. Na'Vi retaking middle. Lake needs a quick shot here, and he's going to get it. Still in trouble. Wonderful could molly him out, so there it goes. Lake forced to smoke it. Can Wonderful wallbang with the orb, maybe. Lake fighting through. trying to just keep the pressure on while Hex just abandons him and runs towards B, looking for a weakened site. Ema climbing up, they have no idea. His timing is so good.
That's a free kill on the backstab. Bomb eludes M80. They decide to battle for this long control.
What?
Slacks
Bomb
hits the transfer. Bomb dropped back over at Cave, and that's where Ema was last spotted. He's going to catch them again with backs turned. Have they pieced it together in time? They get this
M80. And on the T side of Ancient, building a dominant half now against the head middle, has something as well. And Na'Vi come in swinging, taking space away and a two-man advantage with it.
Five on three. No excuse to give this one away, Na'Vi.
Oh dear.
Good util to make Bit uncomfortable. You're telling yourself you still have every reason to win this round. Ema also caught. Alexi flung further forward, trying to battle this back, but he's mopped up after one. The route for a B plant has just opened up.
They're leaving, or they should. Hex goes in. Sin's big flanking. This is a crazy move for Sin.
I mean, look, at this point, if you're M80, you feel like everything you've done in this game has worked. You don't feel like you can set a foot wrong, and so they think, screw it, let's keep being wild, let's keep being weird. Let's lend Sin some time and put some faith in him on a big wraparound.
It might just work. Wonderful just checked and he missed the timing, so Sin, element of surprise and no kit. He gets him off the sight. Wonderful, long scope. They've read it. Sin won't hit that shot, but
Sequence, it's gone against them. I'm thinking back to Astana. It was the third and final map where they lose in the quarterfinal to Astralis. I'm thinking Melbourne in the game that could have sent them into the playoffs. They fell to Liquid here, right? Cologne very, very recently, the final map in that semi. Admittedly, that one's versus Spirit, so it's a bit of a, different weighting and a higher caliber team to the other two losses. But this just keeps up all the way through their year. EPL losing to the Mongols 2-0. It was the last map there. Bounty right at the start of the year. They lost Ancient in a close overtime to Team Spirit, who would go on to win the event. In every game of consequence, Ancient creeps up as a deciding factor for Na'Vi, and it always comes up short.
Oh, this one's not looking any different, is it? Another huge upset online in the opening map for M80. Building in round number 9. Na'Vi just feeling like they have to go for it. They have to look for anything they can, but the kills aren't being given away. Slacks picks another one out of the picture, and Makazi, kill or not, this round is done. He knows it. M80 8-1 up. Na'Vi looking for scraps, and Hex is just running for that kill, even though they don't have...
But you could look to hand them their most dominant loss on this map in the year, and that is a statement in its own right.
So Na'Vi's changed positions on this map coming into this latest roster move. Bit B anchoring. Makazi adding a lot of firepower in middle, the T side as well. This is so strange, and it might go better for Hex, because if Ema decides to leave, Hex is just going to get gifted the kill, but why would Ema leave? It feels like his team are going to get punished now as they walk into main with no realization. Ema's good for one
Watch
hit.
them clear it.
What, they're clearing it? Why are they clearing that? Na'Vi can't catch a break. Kazi, so many losses. He's put up great games, but even here on Ancient, he joins his team in the graveyard. 5v3 save. They're locked out.
And here's the thing, like when you're playing this red hot, everything's just flowing. And so my guess there is Hext, even though they've hit like this weird timing, might have just said, there is a chance, like you have to be mindful here.
Yeah.
There is that gap. Leg walks around very purposefully clearing that one position, knowing that it's the only way that round gets out of hand. And these are like details where if this is maybe a closer game and you're not feeling it, you're not absolutely dominating, maybe something like this just slides under the radar and Hext is a little more quiet, a little more withdrawn. But no, you know that Hext is a big personality. You know he likes to be loud, and with that likely comes a flow of info. Even this hunt at the end.
Had a couple of these games where he just goes crazy in a supportive role at times. Full A execute. They've been like feigning this a couple of times, but Na'Vi, every time they rotate out of middle, they see nothing A. Will this be similar? Mikaze stays middle this time, thinking it is a bit of a ruse. A execute, laid up, bit in the bomb site. Gonna try and smoke his exit to try and fight here for this, but Hex just running and gunning, gets that beautiful entry. Look at him go! This guy's unstoppable right now, 15 and 5. Ema has to try and save them. He's been the only guy. Alexi follows up as well, 2v3, flipped on its head. Alexi spamming out Hex, leaves Swisher. Cold and quiet game in the clutch.
It hasn't really been required thus far. The 2 and 8 hasn't mattered on Swisher. But this would be a nail in the coffin if he can pull this clutch up. It's done. Time ticking away. Na'Vi threw caution to the wind in this 3-on-5.
Yeah, Hex double kill, runs through the smoke into Donut as well, and all the kills just appear for Na'Vi. Full spam through. Ain't no mistake about it. Looking for a 3-round half. Make that jump up heaven again. Ema still defends for 1. Before he falls. Nice angle from Mikaze in front of the Donut. Wins his, and Slacks has no trade. RVR down the ramp, and they spot that cheeky smoke play. So right at the end of the half, Na'Vi waking up and doing something.
Hang on.
Dude,
last time they were in this position, they ended up losing the round, so
no.
Nothing comes for free here for Na'Vi.
No.
Hex dealt with, and that is a lot of the pressure removed. It's only Sin who's low on health, and they know where he is. 1v3 for Sin. And already Na'Vi begin rotating away. He's trying to feign them out with the footsteps, but Mikaze on the line in mid confirms that Sin is not yet left. Orp now on this line, and there should be no winning this for Sin. Surely dead at the first turn of this peak.